Good morning, everybody. It's Mrs. Mink this morning. This morning, we're going to take a look at, for math, how to change mixed numbers into decimals and then decimals into mixed numbers. So the big thing to remember again today is I would write down a place value chart if you do not have one yet from yesterday's lesson, starting with the decimal point and then go out tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. That will help you with your IXL assignment today. But today we're going to look at the left side of the decimal, which is the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000ths place, and so forth. Okay, so the whole numbers. So when we have a mixed number, we have a whole number and part of a number. Okay, so fractions and decimals, remember, are part of a number, part of a whole number. So let's take a look at this first side, writing a decimal number as a mixed number. A decimal number. A mixed number as a decimal number. So if we have 5 and 7/10, first, the biggest part is to say the mixed number out loud. Okay, so 5 and 7/10. So when you hear the 5 and the that and is your big cue that you need to add a decimal. So that and is your decimal point. Okay. 7/10. So if we look up here again, tenths is right after our decimal, okay? So I go out one spot, which the 7 would then be in the tenths place. If we move down to 3 and 9 1,000ths, okay, so here's your 3 again. And then to move on to the fraction part, we need to say and, because it's a whole number and part of a number. So and 9 1,000ths. So if I look at my 1,000, I have 3 numbers in it, and that's going to help you with how many digits you need after your decimal too. So I like to put in my 3 spots. So 9,000ths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 9 in the thousandths place because that's what it's telling me that I need. And then since I don't have any hundredths, I put a 0, and don't have any tenths, I put a 0 as well. Okay. Now we can move down to 23 and 1,500, so 23, and then 100 has 2 zeros, so it's going to be hundredths. So I'm going to go up 2 spots, because if I look up at my place value chart, hundredths is 2 spots after my decimal as well. Okay, and I know I need to start with the 5 here and the 1 here, so I have 1/10 and 5 hundredths, so altogether it's 15 hundredths. Okay. Now I heard from some of you that there were some questions that were a little tricky and on IXL. So thank you for those that reached out, and they look like this. So if we did not have our denominator as tenths or hundredths or thousands, and it looked like this. So let's say I get one today and it looks like 7 and 1/5. Okay. Well, any one that you're going to get today can be made with a denominator that has 10 or 100 or 1,000, okay? So what you can do is think about what can I multiply? So this is that knowledge that we're hearing from the past couple weeks with fractions. What can I multiply by 5 to get 10, right? Or even 100. In this case, I'm going to multiply 5 by 2 in order to get 10. So now this is really 7 and 2/10. So when I write it as a decimal, I'm going to get 7 and 2/10. Okay? Let's do another one here where we have maybe 9 and 7/50. Okay? If you get one like this, now you need to think about, well, look at my place value chart. I have tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Well, I'm not going to make that tenths, but I could make it hundredths. So what could I multiply 50 by to get 100 is what you would want to think. Well, I can multiply it by 2, right? Multiply this by 2, and now I get 9 and 7 times 2 is 14. Gotta rewrite my fraction first. 14 over 100. So I have 9 and 14 hundredths, which is the same as 9 and 70 fiftieths, okay? So I'm gonna write that as a decimal. I was getting ahead of myself there. I have 9, and then I have 2 zeros, so I'm gonna put 2 digits for my numbers, 14 hundredths. So it's 9.14. So I hope that helps you out today for those trickier ones as you move through IXL. So always think about what can I multiply by to get either tenths, hundredths, or thousandths. So now if we move to this other side for your other IXL assignment, it says write these decimal numbers as a mixed number, okay? So this is where we need to remember that this decimal number means and that this is going to be your fraction. And this is going to be your whole number. Okay, so fraction, decimal is the and, the fraction is on the other side of the decimal. So I have 6 and 53 hundredths. So these are the easy ones. So I say 6 and 53 hundredths, so I go 53 out of 100 is 6 and 53 hundredths. Now I move down here and I have a 9, and if I go out 3 spots, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, I'm going to be in the thousandths place. So I have 9, and I know it's going to be out of 1,000, 17 thousandths. So my zeros should match up with my digits over here. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 digits to match your thousandths place. And then last but not least, we have 24 and 9 tenths. Okay, so I have 1 digit after my decimal here. So that means I'm in the tenths place. So I have 24 and 9 tenths. All right. So I hope you have a joyous Tuesday and good luck on your math assignments. Reach out to your teachers if you have any questions, and have a great day.